Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 2 of the garden cleanup. Today we are tackling that second row over there. Yesterday we did this one, and I kind of made a little bit of a mistake with this plant right over here. I told you yesterday that this was pickles. Oh, look, we have a flower. Look, we have a flower. Oh, that means that the eggplant is gonna try to produce something. Wow. But we do have really hot 2 days now. Today will be the last day and tomorrow it will be raining again. So this is lovely. I'm gonna try to capture it without putting a shadow on it. I know the sun is shining really brightly, and I don't apologize for that. We have had a lot of rain to endure. We didn't have a great summer at all, so I'm really happy and thrilled to see this happening. And if I see correctly, there are 2 more. Oh, a couple of more. Look. Well, maybe, just maybe, we will have some aubergine late in season. Zucchini, I mean. No, oh God, I always get it wrong. It's not zucchini, it's not aubergine, it's eggplant. Well, it is aubergine, but that's how we call it. Well, anyway, this plant is alive and kicking, and that's all that matters. It just needed a little bit of tender love and care, it seems. But anyway, back to this little guy here that we're gonna deal with today. I told you guys that this was a pickles. Well, it is not. I looked at my notes yesterday evening, and this is a cucumber. So, what we have is actually a complete row of starting with zucchini, cucumber, zucchini, cucumber, zucchini, cucumber, zucchini, cucumber. And you might think that this must be the most boring row in all my garden. But actually it's not, because yesterday evening when I got down to the garden, I noticed something really strange happening. And I am going to try and film it now, but I also shot it yesterday evening because the evening light is always better. But look at this plant. I had absolutely no idea what it was. So I had to look it up on the internet, like everybody does when they don't know something. Now look at this. Look at this. The flower is open. Normally the flower is, well, it's a little bit open. I have footage from last night, so I will put it on the screen there. But it has like really thorny seed pods, and this is, I know I cannot capture this on film. I cannot capture this on film, but this is really an impressive plant. It really is. And it is absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at this guy. It's growing so high. So I looked it up, and you know what it was? It is a devil's thorn apple. It goes by other names, but that's usually the name that it's known by. I will put the other names on the screen for you. Lord, this is a majestic plant. So, kind of a little bit of research, and you have no idea what I found. This is highly poisonous. This is deadly. The leaves are deadly. The flowers, when smoked, can be deadly. The seed pods are extremely deadly. The seeds in the seed pods. And they are used by some people to get hallucinations and all that, but mostly according to the internet, that turns out to be very fatal. What I read on the internet is that the ancient Incas used seeds from this plant to actually do some ritual, and if you survive, then you are a real man. Now, I wouldn't recommend this to anybody. This plant, according to Mr. Culpepper, Nicholas Culpepper, is a plant of Jupiter, and I can get that because it is so majestic. I absolutely love it. Now, despite the fact that this is a really deadly plant, really highly poisonous plant, so you don't want to get it near anything of, children or even grown-ups. You don't want to get it anywhere near your chickens or your rabbits, just not. But here, it's just growing in the middle of my garden. And according to Nicholas Culpepper, this is a Jupiter plant, and I can get that because it's so majestic. Now, right now, it's about, I would say, 1 meter tall, but it can grow up to 2 meters, which is huge, you know? So, at first, I thought, this is a really highly toxic, deadly plant. Although it is so gorgeous and so majestic, I have to pull it out. But then I thought, you know what? This is a Jupiter plant, and I have no idea how this got here. Is it because I tilled the garden and some dormant seed, got uprooted that has been there for years and years and just decided to show itself this year? Or is Jupiter trying to tell me something? And if that is so, then, well, I'm going to enjoy it. So I'm going to try to stake it, because even Jupiter can use a helping hand once in a while. And I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm going to explore it, how it grows, because I'll probably never grow this again. And, if anything, this garden is one big experiment. So why not? Why not? It's safe. I know it's poisonous. It's far away from any animal here. Yes, it is growing in between my food, but I'm just gonna make sure that the seeds won't get anywhere near any of the food. For now, we're just gonna enjoy it. Anyway, the rest of the row is pretty boring. So you see a lot of bad leaves everywhere, and that's because we just had so much moisture. So what I'm going to do is get rid of all these bad leaves. Normally I would say, let them be. However, I am not going to let them be, because as you can see, I have some really new growth here. This plant is still producing. It is the beginning of September, still getting some new things. As you can see, new leaves there, new fruits there. So I'm going to get rid of the leaves that are just completely yellow and white and eaten by bugs. And that way we can get a better overview of what is really going on here. And obviously in that kind of narrow path I will have to weed extensively, but I don't think my chickens will mind that. So let's get on with it. So I want to show you guys real quickly. This is the pile of leaves, and that's just from one plant. So I cleaned this one up, and as you can see, we see fruits now. We see flowers. We see new leaves. We see a rather big fruit that's ready to be harvested. So that makes a huge difference compared to that one, which we will do in a minute. But we also discovered that there is a lot of weeds growing. Stingy nettle, of course. That's just the area here where stingy nettle grows, and some other weeds. So I'm gonna pull them up and see how much of this plant we can actually free. And yeah, let's do that. So I quickly wanted to show you, we have one full bucket of chicken goodies, a lot of leaves right there, and this is our plant. Total difference. I cut the leaves way back down because there is so much new growth here. So I think it's gonna be alright. And if it's not, look, these plants have produced pounds and pounds of zucchinis. It is what it is, you know. But I have one that's ready for harvest. I have a couple of more that are coming. So I'm gonna cut these two down low because they are going to die anyway. So I rather cut them now than later. So that's one plant. A couple of more to go. So let's get on with it. I quickly rushed inside to put my hair up and put on a t-shirt because it's getting really hot out here. And I noticed this. Excuse me, my shadow, but the sun is just behind me now. It's noon. Look at it. It's like a before and an after. Wouldn't that make for a great thumbnail? What do you guys think? Almost finished here. What a difference. Just one more plant to go. But I just noticed some theft going on here. I have some of my wilted leaves laying down here, and look what's happening. There are thieves. My chickens are thieves. And I don't understand. These leaves, they don't look like they are edible. So let me get you back to see our finished row here. Can't believe it's the same row, but it is. So I'll go by it plant by plant and show you what has happened, what I have discovered. So here, obviously, a lot of zucchinis, yellow ones, one that's very ripe, even some flowers, so maybe we get some more. And I cut back heavy on this one, as you can see, but there still is a lot of leaves left. I didn't take every white one out. As you can see, I don't know if you can see this, but this is blight due to the excess of rain, but the new ones, they don't have it. So maybe I should cut them off, but for the time being, because I have some new fruit down there and some little leaves, so I'm gonna let them pop out before I get rid of these diseased ones. Now we also have cucumbers here. They are ready. I just turned them around to get some more sunshine. And this little funky one, not quite ready yet. I also discovered this one. I think it's a pepper plant, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I have the same one right over here. So it must be something. So I'm not thinking that it's gonna produce anything, not hoping for that. Doesn't matter. The leaves are green, and that means that they are working on my soil health, and that's all that matters right now. So here we definitely have a pepper plant, the only survivor, and I think it survived because it was so covered. I don't think it got a lot of rain. Obviously there will be no peppers here, but the leaves are green, so that's good for soil health. And there's even some new growth there. So I'm gonna let it be for the time being. Now, the second zucchini I cut back quite heavily as well. As you can see, there is new growth, there are some new flowers, but that's about it. And then we have some more very ripe cucumbers right here, which I will harvest maybe tomorrow. And obviously my newfound devil. So when you touch the leaves and you smell, it smells very distinctive. Not bad, just nature-ish, I think. So next one, we have an odd one. This one grew a little in a circle, which is fine. It's harvestable. Got back here as well some new growth and some flowers. This one is for the chickens. Actually, I remember, if I remember correctly, you can actually eat these. You can fry them and they should taste very good. I've never tried it, so if you have, just let me know in the comments. Maybe next year I will do some of that. But this one is for the chickens. So next we have our 3 last plants, and the very last one I cut back really hard. There's just one fruit on it that's almost ripe. Well, it actually is ripe. Some new growth, yeah, but no flowers as far as I can see. So I don't think it's gonna produce any more this year. Now, what I wanted to show you was that even though these, there you have my stealing thieves again. I don't know if these leaves, these wilted leaves, are good for chickens, so I have to look that up on the internet. So I thought I'd toss them over there, but as you can see, my chickens just love wilted zucchini leaves. It's not like they haven't had their greens yet. It's not like they haven't had their food yet. And they are just caught in the act right now. So, but back to what I wanted to show you. This is from a wilted leaf. And look, it's full of water. Absolutely full. I don't know if you can see this. So that means that even though they were wilted, they were still having their purpose. Now this plant, as you can see, obviously has some more blooms and some more growth. So maybe we can get them ripe in time here as well. Very productive plant. So the one thing left for me to do now is to stake my devil plant, and let's try to get this guy going and grow as big as 2 meters. I'd like to see that. Let's put this guy in a place where it can put on its very best show. Alright, tomorrow we will be tackling this row right here, where we have, I think this is a wasp, I don't even think this is a bee. Let's see. I think this very much is a wasp. But a lot of pollinators. Yeah, definitely a wasp. And there you have a bee. You see the difference? So this will be the row that we will be tackling tomorrow. The third row, I have absolutely no idea what we're gonna find. I know the stakes were tomato plants. I already pulled them out because they were all bad because of the rain. So I thank you for hanging out with me today. I really enjoyed your company. I really enjoy what we did today. It's an unbelievable difference. You actually can see some fruit now. And I don't know if my plants will survive, but at least it looks a lot better. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.